let's talk about writing equations of lines. In this video, we're going to be looking at parallel lines. So we need to know a little bit about the slopes of parallel lines in order to write the equation of this line. So let's take a look at this one. So we've got a line, it's passing through the point -2, 5, and they tell us it's parallel to the line y equals -4x minus 9. Now when you're writing the equation of a line, there's two things that we need. First off, we need to know where it is. That is found by a point on the line. So any point that's on the line will tell us where that line is located. Then the second thing we need is we need to know what the line looks like. And that is found by the slope of the line. So you need to know where it is and you need to know what it looks like. Right now we have our point. Our point is -2, 5, but what we don't know is what this line looks like. So I need to find the slope of this line before I can go try and write the equation. That information comes from the fact that our line is parallel to this given line. What we know about parallel lines is that they have the same slope. So that means that our line is going to have the same slope as this line. So let's take a look at this line, y equals -4x minus 9. This line is in the form y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope of the line. So that tells me that m is -4, or my slope is -4. So since the slope of this line is -4, and our line is parallel, that means our line has the same slope as this one, which is -4. So then I can also say that the slope here is -4. So now that we have a point and the slope, now we can go ahead and write our equation. There's two ways to do that. Let me go ahead and clear what I have here and we'll jump into that. My first approach is to start by just plugging in my slope into the equation y equals mx plus b. I know that my slope is -4, so I'll put the -4 in for m, and now the only thing I need to do is find b. Well, we have one situation, one point on our line, and that is the point where x is -2 and y is 5. So let me put in those values and see what would b have to be so that we go through this line. So I put in my 5 for y and my -2 for x, and I can solve for b. So I found my b, and I already have my slope, so I can plug in my slope of -4 and my b of -3 to get the equation of my line. Now option 2, you may have learned point slope form. Point slope form is the equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where x1 and y1 are any point on your line. From here, I can plug in the x and the y value from the point that I'm given, as well as my slope, and just simplify, and that will be the equation of my line. So two different approaches that we can take. In this one, I plug in my 5 for my y1, -4 for my slope, and then -2 for my x1. I have two negatives in those parentheses, so that will simplify to x plus 2. And then to get y by itself, I'll start by distributing my 4. And then I just add my 5 to both sides and solve for y. So you'll notice that I got the same thing I had a second ago, so it doesn't matter which way you do it, just a matter of what you're more comfortable with. You can either use your point, plug it in for x and y, and find b, and that's what I did over here, or you can use the formula that's specifically designed for this type of thing, plug in your point and your slope, and then just solve for y. Either way, we found our equation of our line. And that is all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.